don't think I'll ever have a studio. It would be nice. It would be nice to have a studio to work in. That would be pretty cool. Nice audio, nice video. Have a makeup artist fix my face, fix my nose. I think I'm gonna fix my nose by the end of this semester. Where we left off from the last class, and the way that I'm highlighting these things is still based on page 91, chapter 15, page 91. Behavior, values, and they say community. I will say nation, or it really, like the macro culture, what's happening in the macro environment. Okay, so so there's internal, which is the values. There's the micro environment, how people actually behave. If you could understand the traffic in Saigon and how to drive, I think nobody can explain it to me. What's the rules? So sometimes there's no way to even understand what the rules are to the behavior. And community. Community is the macro environment of the society or the culture that you're dealing with. So today I'm going to focus on etiquette. Etiquette and negotiations, two different things that have to do with behavior and the micro environment. And then after that, next week, I'm recording this week, but next week's class will be about the macro environment, the ways that cultures clash. Actually, no, I'm saying that wrong. I'm going internal, I'm going values. Values and some macro, and then we'll finish with like the macro environment. So let's talk about business etiquette. Etiquette is the micro, it's the behavior and the actions that we see that we have to follow. This one I think is like, you don't really have to feel the other person, you just have to research a little bit about what's right and what's wrong and what you should and shouldn't do in that culture. So in our book, we have a section that says this word, it's called etiquette. Etiquette is a kind of behavior. Okay, that's one example. Do we shake hands? But I like it. I like this I like this better than our book. What are some of the elements? At the bottom here, how to greet, how to say hello or how to greet people. What names people want to be understood by. What do you do with business cards? That one is pretty wild. Communication style. Who speaks first? How do you know that there's a conclusion to the conversation? And how do you talk about the agenda of things? Like, what's the order of how you talk about it? Some countries, they talk about bullet points, like Germany, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, it's finished. Some countries, you keep going back to the earlier points again and again and again. And if you're from Germany, that's really frustrating. That can be very annoying. So those are two examples. International business travel can be complicated enough, even in the best of times. Flights, accommodations, connections, that one would hope that the business meetings would take care of themselves. However, that's not always the case, especially if meeting with business professionals from completely different cultures than that of your own. In fact, many business professionals aren't even aware. So you go to their country and they don't even know that what they do is different from your country. Most of it, when you travel, is about your preparation for their culture, not really them preparing for you. There are many factors that business professionals could consider ahead of a meeting with a business partner from a different country. Greetings, how to address, business cards, communication, and agenda. Those are the ones that I gave examples of. In order not to offend people that you're meeting, it is important to consider and adapt how you, as a meeting partner, how you enter the meeting. I think that's really, it's like when you travel to another city to play football and you're the away team, you have to make all the adjustments. Some cultures are very relaxed about things like time. Vietnamese time is kind of relaxed. Mexico time is very relaxed. Germany time is very neato, very strict. There are many different etiquette and customs from around the world. For example, in Russia, these are just examples so you can get a feeling about it. For example, in Russia, it is customary to greet your business associates with a firm handshake. Not just a handshake, but a strong handshake with everyone present. But you also have to make eye contact. You can't be shaking their hand and looking somewhere else. Business cards. Woo-wee. Business cards are recommended to include a Russian translation. So if you're in Russia, you translate the card. Maybe one side is English, the other side is in Russian. This shows a level of respect and acknowledgement. Acknowledgement is one of my favorite words of the Russian culture, which could lead to a more positive business discussion. But you also have to make friends with them. When you're in Russia, you cannot just do business. You have to actually have relationships with people. Singapore. When I think about business cards, I think about Singapore. When I lived in Singapore, I was running, we had a magazine that was similar to the Czech magazine, Czech Republic one that I showed you before. And I lived there and worked on that magazine for about a year, maybe 10 months. When I left Singapore, I had a pile of business cards like this high. It was crazy. I never, that's maybe 10 years in Czech Republic, but it was, everybody gives you a business card. A lot of people's names are like Tan or Chin. Or Chen. You don't know who is who. Jimmy, Chen, there's no picture. I remember one time I went to this, one of my favorite DJs was playing in Singapore, and I saw one of my customers at the show, and he brought his whole staff from the company that he worked for, and he said, "This is my staff," and I got 8 business cards from people that I never met before. This loud music playing behind me. I'm like, hi. I I've never used these business cards ever. I don't know why. There's no pictures. I don't know who it is, but they just give them. They give them away like good luck. It's just for good luck, I think. So that's Russia. Spain. Spain, on the other hand, has a more laid-back style of business. Face-to-face communication is preferred in order to build a rapport, relationship with the other party. This often takes the form of getting to know each other on a personal level instead of just a professional one. I think Americans are considered to be, it's weird, like Americans are considered to be like very direct. Like we come in with a business proposal and we're ready to just talk about the business proposal, sign the contract if everyone agrees, and that's it. We feel good about that. And in that way, it makes, like when you read about the US customs of business etiquette, it makes other countries seem like, oh, well, you know, you have to be our friend and we want to make friends before we do business. And the Americans seem very cold, like we're colder. We don't need to have a personal relationship. But I think if you look at how we, me, or Americans think about this, it's a little bit different. It's not like I don't want to have a relationship with you. Why not? I would love to have a relationship with you. I would like to be your friend. But inside me, I'm very independent. And we are very respectful of the independence of other people. So I don't want to force you to think that you need to be my friend. Like if you choose to be my friend, that's great, you know. We'll have a great relationship, make money together, high five, that's wonderful. But I'm afraid to put pressure on you to do something that makes you feel like you're not independent. So that's how Americans think. It's not that we don't want to be friends with you, we just don't want it to be something that makes you feel like now you have too much responsibility for me. Now you have to worry about me. I don't want you to waste your time worrying about me, you know. I want you to feel like free. I want you to feel like, okay, you're good. You don't, you know, if you have to make friends with a lot of people, like you have to do that, then you have obligation. Obligation is fine, but for us, it means that you're actually putting some pressure on someone else and they don't feel free. So we want everyone to feel free. So it's interesting how that works. Like we're not really cold. We're actually thinking of the other person. I'm not thinking about myself. I'm like, I just don't want you to feel like you have to do anything. I want you to feel comfortable to do business with me, but then that's it. And then you cannot worry about the business. We take care of that already. So different, very different. So, if you are looking to be successful, you have to understand etiquette. What I like about this this website here, it's pretty cool. I think I'll add it to I'll put it in a classroom. So it goes by country here. So it's like Germany and France. What do? Do you shake hands with them? Okay. But Germany, it's a strong handshake. Not just shake hands, a strong handshake. What about names? Okay, director, first and last name, title and surname. Title and surname is like not Mr. Keith. Here we have our given name, but in Germany or France, they would use my family name. So you would have to say Mr. Kirschner all day long, which is far more difficult, unless you're German, because that's a German name. Germany, very similar. If someone says, you can call me Keith, then that's fine. Business cards? France, yes. Be given to the receptionist on arriving at a meeting. So that means you give it to whoever is the greeting person at the meeting. You don't give to everyone at the meeting, and then they put it into some file, I guess, so people can follow up. Germany, yes, just yes. What kind of communication style? Well, the French, they really appreciate when you try to speak their language. If you're not good at it or fluent, merci beaucoup. Je m'appelle Keith. Merci beaucoup. If you're not fluent still, try to learn. If you're happy, if you try to learn a little bit of their language. S'il vous plaît. Some handy phrases. Comment allez-vous? Communication, though, should stick to business and remain professional. Don't go into some personal things. And you should try to go into detail about every topic. Don't go from one topic and do a little and the next and the next and the next. Really talk about and make sure that everybody agrees on each topic. Germans, as I said before, are very direct. The bluntness is the norm in business there. That also can be about negative things, right? If a German thinks your idea isn't gonna work, they just tell you exactly right, directly why it's not gonna work. Which is actually trying to help you. They're actually trying to help you. But it feels like they're telling you that, if you're American, it feels like, don't tell me I can't do that. I will do it. Now I want to do it more. If you're Vietnamese, it's like, oh my God, it's someone criticized me. I guess everything is gone now. Everything is bad. Everything is dead. I hate this person for criticizing me. So very different reactions. Working with Germans, you have to understand them a little bit. Bluntness, directness is the norm and should not be seen as rude or should not be seen as critical about you as a person. They only are giving feedback to an idea. They don't think about you as negative because it's your idea. They just think only about the idea. In Germany, there's also a clear separation between business and personal life. So if there's some small talk, don't go too far. Don't go sports. That's it, sports. What about meeting style? Meeting style, I don't know what they do here. Agenda. Do they have an agenda? France, yes. Germany, point by point, point 1, point 2, point 3, point 4. Italy and Spain. This is like the World Cup of etiquette. Italy, here's the crazy, what are they doing? Handshake with everyone. The waiter, the taxi driver. That's why they had COVID there first. No, I'm joking. Too soon. Kissing on the cheek. Even with business, they can kiss on the cheek. Wow, too much. You don't actually kiss. You don't touch. You just kiss the air next to the face. That's it. That doesn't work in Vietnam at all, I can tell you from experience. Spain, handshake with everyone. Greeting, okay, what about business cards? Oh no, names. Same thing as the other ones. Signor, Signora, Signora Kirchner. Senor Kirchner. Business cards, very basic. What about the meeting, what's this one? What's the fourth one? The fourth one? Communications. Italy. Business is very relationship driven in Italy. It's important to establish trust before getting down to business. Wow, how do you establish trust, right? You have to do something like if you really trust me, then you have to, you have to jump off of this bridge with me. If you jump with me, then I'll trust you in the future. How do people know they can trust? It's weird. Written communication is sometimes preferred for the first contact. So instead of calling directly, if you call them, you say, hi, I want to talk to the human resource department. They're going to say write us an email. Negotiations can be tricky and lengthy. The Italians like to spend a long time before they make decisions. The longest time, though, is Japanese. They're really, really slow decision makers. Spain. Face-to-face communication is preferred in Spain. We read that already. Initial meetings are focusing on relationships, not talking about business. Don't talk about it. Consequently, the first chat may include discussing personal life. Several people may speak at once, and interrupting people is not rude. So everybody's just talking, and you're like, hey! If you're German, you're like, back to the agenda. Point number 2. And the Spanish are like, oh, they don't care. They're not listening. Agenda. Meetings don't always require outcomes. So you might just meet just to talk a little bit and say hi and then say, okay, we'll have the real meeting later. Spain. This is just a general guideline. People don't follow the agenda. So who wins? Who would I rather do business with? I would say Italian. Italian wins. World Cup semifinals. Italy is going to play Germany. in the cross-cultural Russia versus the UK. This is a battle. Vladimir Putin is in the audience. United Kingdom, handshake with everyone, men, women, doesn't matter. Russia, firm handshake, but also eye contact. England, hey man, what's up? Yo, 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 yo. Russia, firm. Title and surname until invited, same as most European countries. Title, director, whatever, general manager. Most European countries, very similar. Business cards, United Kingdom, just give them to the person you're actually communicating with the most. Russia, including a Russian translation, so they want to have both languages. Communication style. England. Email and phone communication are common in the UK, but face-to-face are most frequent. Small talk is also quite common before getting down to business. But don't talk about anything too personal. Yeah, British people are funny like that. They're funny. They're kind of charming. They have a lot of personality, but you never really find out anything about them. You know, you don't really get to know them very well. You don't know anything about their life or family. Just, it's funny. They're very funny. Topics such as the weather. The weather. It's like Mr. Bean is popular. Punctuality is important, so be on time. British want to be on time. Russians, they don't care about time, really. When speaking about business in Russia, it's always done within a business environment. So a special meeting room. If you're in the restaurant or the cafe, no, you're not talking about business. Communication can also be incredibly direct. A little bit like Germany that way. Not direct like you know, this is a nice a school you have here. It would be terrible if something bad happened to it. It's pretty direct. Russians are also transactional by nature, so they tend to be more formal. Sometimes you don't know what's the line of formal and informal. Some gift giving, but you don't need to give a gift. Some, like a bottle of wine or something, normal Russian gifts. Do they have an agenda? Do you have to follow it? England, yes. We need to solve these problems before the end of the meeting. Russians, yes, but we may be late. You should be on time, but they might be late. Woo! This is the AFC, Asian Cup. Who else we got? India, Australia, Brazil. So that's pretty cool. There's a lot of stuff on here. I'll just do a couple more countries for fun. Japan, China. China? I didn't know. Lots of handshaking, but be careful. Find out who is oldest. Check the ages. Can I see your ID, please? 64. Yours? 66. Okay. Okay. Oldest first. Don't confuse it. If someone looks older, maybe they're embarrassed. Business cards, or no, how do you speak? Title and surname. So that's still not quite Vietnam. Business cards, yes, but they have to be like clean. They have to smell like the ink. And then you have to do the two hands, Singapore style too. They have to two hand business card style. Japan, no handshakes. A little bit of handshakes, but you have to do this crazy bow. I don't know how you do that. I don't know. Sometimes I see students in the hallway in Vietnam, they're like, okay, like this. I'm like, all right. No, but am I supposed to do it? I don't know. I'm not sure. Bowing is very complicated. Title and surname, okay. Yeah, Mr. Yakamoto. You're not gonna say Takashi Yokomoto every time. Business cards received with two hands again. I know one thing about business cards in Japan. If you like forget them or leave them on the table after the meeting, that's like setting their house on fire. They're really gonna hate you. You don't just, and you don't just put it in your pocket. You're like, okay, thanks dude, and put it in your pocket. You like hold it, you keep it on the table, you show respect for that card. You know, after the meeting's over, you can put it in your pocket, but don't just say, okay, thanks. They don't like that at all. So, Chinese, to elaborate on the business card, you should study their card when given it, and then repeat their name or comment on their position to show interest. Oh, Mr. Lee, Managing Director. I don't know how to do it. Face-to-face communication is preferred, and it's important to respect elders and ranking. So be careful if you're talking out of turn. If everybody starts to look weird and uncomfortable when you're talking, stop. Japan. The most senior person is the lead of the business conversation. Usually in Japan, the meeting is formal and the groups line up like across from each other. And there's usually 2 or 3 people who are just sitting there not saying anything. The most senior member of the party should lead the group. In addition to this, you should also sit across from those with similar experience. So the manager sits across from the manager, and then the I don't know, the Yakuza, they're the normal ones, they're on the side, and then that's it. So it's like very much like a movie. It's like a cinema situation. Well, here it says that yes, the Chinese follow an agenda. I guess they might, I don't know, probably. This one, I've read a lot about Japan. It says meetings are often straight to the point. Of course, there's not a lot of personal talk, but there's also not a lot of decisions. So Japanese, you cannot really finish the meeting at the meeting. They have to take it back home, talk to 20 other people, and then decide about it. let's just look at the cultural difference of communication. India and UAE. India, not just business cards, but all documents should be passed with your right hand. Left hands are dirty. Don't do it, as the left is seen as unclean. Asking about personal life is common here. How many children do you have? Blah, blah, blah. And you may even get asked how much money you earn in your job, which is weird for us. The word no is impolite. This is something that really they should talk about more in Japan and also Singapore and China, I'm sure. People don't say no, they say maybe next week. Sometimes they say something positive, but it's negative. Like, yes, I think we'll take a pass. So you are taking something. Yeah, sure. A pass means nothing. You're taking nothing. Ah, I see. So, a lot of times, I think that I already kind of have this feeling with my with my wife, right? I have this. What did I figure out this year? I forgot. Hold on. Let me go back. I was happy to figure it out. Let me see if I can find it. Well, I'll probably find it for the next class. UAE, a Muslim country, is very complicated in a different way. Oh, here it is. I don't know. No, mate. I don't know. When someone says I don't know, like you want to meet, I don't know. It actually means yes, in a way. It doesn't want to be too excited. Maybe, that just means no. Maybe always means no. If people say yes, they might change their mind and it means maybe. So basically people never say no. So I don't know means yes, maybe means no, and yes means maybe. That's how my experience, because like you have to confirm. Like you're like, hey, honey, did you take care of the electric bill? Yeah. After 3 minutes, it's like, can I see the bill? Oh, we didn't get it yet. What happened? Oh, why did you say yes? Just because I didn't know what to say, so I just said yes. That happens all the time in your culture, in this culture. So it gets weird, especially like if you're selling I used to sell advertising, so you know, I'm trying to get people to buy something. So, do you want to buy? Maybe. No, that's no. Just say no, okay? Yeah. So I should send you some more information. Okay. And then send you the contract. Okay, we'll see. That's maybe, right? And it's like, I don't know. I don't know means yes. Somehow I don't know ended up being yes. In addition to handshakes, it's important to use your right hand when passing business cards. Again, right hand. What's up with that? Phone calls and text messages may be, this would drive me crazy, right? You're in the middle of a meeting and people are like answering text messages or, I have to take this call, and then leaving. So just understand that it's, maybe you feel like it's rude, right? It's like you can't help your feelings, right? That's a hard one. I think that's a hard one to get used to. So yeah, I think this is a pretty cool article. I'm gonna upload it for you. And let's look at page some funny ones. On page 91, or 92, it says business etiquette. So here's just a bunch of random, this thing is so random. In our book, it says what? Brazil. People in Brazil stand very close and use physical contact during conversations. That can be weird for some countries. Also, another place that's very physical, kissing the air, standing close, a lot of COVID. Brazilians believe that closeness inspires trust, and trust means that they're interested in a long-term relationship with your company, not just a quick one, but a long-term relationship. Canadians, like Germans, are very, very, very strict about being on time. Very strict. Germans don't understand how, that people are late at all. Think about your situation. How late can someone be before you start to think, okay, I'm not going to wait for them anymore? Or when you start to feel a little bit disrespected. So I think every culture has its kind of limit like that. China, it says bring a small gift. Don't bring an elephant. Bring a small gift from your hometown or country to business meetings, but don't use white, black, or blue wrapping paper. I don't know why. I think we saw something earlier this year that said that blue is like a color of death in Vietnam. I never heard that before. Yeah, what can we bring from America? Everything in America is made in China. So it's like we cannot really bring a gift from our hometown anymore. And then after that, check this out. So after that, the Chinese, your Chinese partner will decline the gift 3 times before they accept the gift, so they don't look too excited. So you'll be like, here, I brought you a gift from my hometown. Oh no, I can't take that gift. No, please no. Yes, please take it. We really want you to have it. No, I cannot. I can't take this gift. It's too much. Please take it. It means a lot to us. Okay, I will take the gift. So, tricky there. But if you receive a gift, you have to practice and say the same thing. You can't be like, cool, nice. A gift, guys, we got a gift. No, you have to be like, nah, man, keep your gift. I don't want no gift. Take it. No, take it, okay. That's like American style, Chinese. Gift, party. Indians are very polite. Avoid use of the word no during business discussions. I know when my 5-year-old son says no to his mother, he gets hit in the face. So maybe it's like that. Be careful in India. It's rude. Opt for terms instead of saying like, okay, well, we'll see. Yeah, maybe. I'll try. Yeah, possibly. Could happen. This is not really etiquette, it's just cultural respect. Don't eat beef, everybody knows that. Also, traditional Indian food is eaten with your hands, but actually that's not true because you can only use one hand. So it's actually eaten with your hand. Because I don't know what you do with the other one. You have to put the other one, cut it off and hide it, or use it for your napkin. Are you even allowed to wipe your face with your left hand? I don't know how to eat curry with one hand. It's weird. Anyway, Japan, you are expected to bow when you are introduced to somebody. And wait for them to maybe shake your hand or do something else. Maybe it starts like a dance, like a K-pop video, bow, bow, and then everybody starts dancing. I don't know. Two hands on a business card, and we know the rest. Let's see. Different cultures have different levels of formality and place different emphasis on time constraints. In some parts of the world, more value is placed on a meeting resulting in a positive outcome. So, or, you know, compared to if it ends on time. So like, if we need to negotiate till 3 a.m. to figure out how to solve this problem, that's okay. But some countries, it's nap time in the middle of the meeting. Everybody wants to take a nap, like Spain. So be ready to accept all of those things. Okay, I don't want to go into holidays and celebrations yet. Well, we can talk about communications. Business people who know correct communication protocols, I'm on page 93, can stand out and give them a competitive advantage. And then it just talks about the style of, you know, some places are louder than others, some places are quieter, which can be very difficult if you don't have a translator there. I think it's really hard to. One of my favorites all time. The Kia CEO Australian open speech. I love tennis, so here we have Roger versus Nadal. Incredible match, very emotional, very exhausting. You can see that they don't have the trophy yet. Everybody's waiting to give the trophy. It was a huge event. And Kia is the sponsor. And I guess the Australian Open agreed to let the CEO of Kia talk a little bit right before the awards. And I saw this live and I was like, oh my God, this guy, he doesn't know he's just doing whatever he wants. He's not really thinking about cultural differences, the winners, tennis, anything. He just doesn't care. And it's a long 2 minutes. And I saw it live, and I didn't call it legendary, but I laughed for about a week. And here, even on YouTube, it's legendary.
Now my great pleasure to introduce Mr. Joe of Kia Motors Australia. us exactly why the Australian Open is one of the world's most exciting major sports events. Unfortunately, only one winner can be crowned tonight. But I believe most of you should be proud of the sportsmanship and passion you have shown throughout this year's tournament. I also thank everyone at Tennis Australia, tournament staff and volunteers for their hard work in making this year's event such a huge success. And of course, my heartfelt thanks go out to all of the passionate fans here tonight and watching at home. The Australian Open would not be where it is today without all of you, the best fans in the world. Thank you.
Oh my God, just give them the trophy. Give them the trophy. They played 5 sets. They played for 4 hours and 45 minutes. Give me, please, man. Let the winners have the moment. Unbelievable. Yeah, that was kind of a surprise to the people. And I don't know if he worked on that speech for a long time, but like I said, I told you guys many times, you have a great advantage and your English is way better than Koreans or Japanese or Thais. And we're gonna pass all those countries eventually. When interacting with people from different cultures, speaking in a neutral tone and making a conscious effort to be considerate of other people speaking, even if you don't really understand what they're doing, can help build effective relationships. Should I continue? I think I can do a couple more minutes. Actually, what I would like to do is we'll just finish this part and I'll do negotiation next time. Communication protocols, again, so examples of communication protocols have to do with greetings. Greetings is a behavior, again. Applause is common when greeting a crowd. So I don't understand what that means. That means that you clap for the crowd? Like, yeah. No. You're, thank you all, thanks. You know, what does that mean? This is all in China, so I don't know what that means. Introductions, very formal. Sometimes Chinese want to use nicknames. That's difficult if you have to do a lawsuit later. You're like, it was Mr. Jimmy. I signed the contract with him. They say being on time is important. Maybe. Don't expect to meet anybody if you didn't arrange it before the trip. I think that's fair. Here's another one. Bring many copies of the documents to the meeting because sometimes there's other people there that you didn't expect and you're gonna be rude, right? If you have to give business cards to everyone, but then you have the proposal for the what you're gonna do and you don't give them to everybody, that's kind of a mistake. Keep in mind that the decision-making process in China is slow. you should not expect to get through things quickly. Also, many Chinese, they want to check the calendar and find out the lucky day for the marriage or for the business idea or to sign the contract or to start construction on the building. So all of these things are, depend on the stars, right? So that's going to be annoying. Present and receive business cards with both hands, blah, blah, blah. Never write on a business card or put it in your wallet or your pocket. Either carry it, put it into some special place like a business card case. Those are really cool. The most important member of your company should lead the meeting. So don't give the junior manager their big chance to make a presentation at the beginning. Also, allow the Chinese to leave the meeting first before you. That's kind of interesting. I did not know that. Examples of communication for the US. I will tell you if these are true or not. 1. Offer a firm handshake lasting 3 to 5 seconds. Oof, it's long. 3 to 5. Give me 2 or 3 seconds. 3 to 5 is getting awkward. It's getting weird. Maintain good eye contact during your handshake. Yes. Yeah, we like the eye thing. We like to look in the eyes. Page 94, actually. 3, if you're meeting several people at once, move your eye contact from person to person. Yeah, that would be weird if you're like shaking someone. Hey, what's up, man? Hey, yeah, you too. Hey, what's going on? Hi, yeah. That would be a little bit weird. Nobody's gonna do that. If you're, so even during the business meeting, we kind of feel weird if people don't make eye contact. Like, we're gonna make eye contact with you, but if you don't, it's like, what do they hide? What are they hiding? Yeah, there's no reason to go beyond a handshake. Introductions, just Mr. and Mrs. is enough. And business cards can come at the beginning or the end of the meeting. Here they have a little bit about Australia. Australia, Mike. Shake hands, blah, 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 business cards, yes. Australians are friendly and open. They also like to be direct. Opinions are respected. They like it. I noticed that about Australians. You can have fun with them. You can make a lot of you can have strong opinions and nobody feels like offended. You know, you can make jokes about them. You can make jokes about Australian stereotypes and they just laugh about it. They don't really take it personally. Pretty easygoing, I would say. Yeah, they don't like it when you hype yourself. So if you come in and go, you know, we're the leading blah, blah, blah company in the west coast of the United States of America. We've been top 10 for the last 5 years. You're gonna love working for us. They're gonna look at you like, ugh, this guy, he's a nightmare. Yeah, they don't want to hear about they'll do their own research, they'll figure it out. They don't need you to tell them how great you are. Also, is kind of interesting is that they really, and this is my dream, we really hope and expect you to ask a question if you don't understand. So that's a very difficult thing in Vietnam, you know? It's like if you don't understand in Vietnam, it's like, well, then I'll just see if I can survive, or maybe I'll ask my friend later and then they'll tell me, or I'll just figure it out someday. That's not a great way to do it, right? That's a harder way of getting information. But Australians, they really say, hey, why didn't you ask us at the meeting? Why are we talking about this now? So, you mean you didn't understand? What? So remember that if you go study in Australia, that they really want you to ask questions. All right, guys, have a great day. Miss you.